Hello, folks. Dixie Doo back here, and happy National Train Day, folks. To celebrate, I am making a trip to Magic Kingdom to film the railroad. And at last, I got to see the Walter E. Disney in shuttle mode. This is the first time I've seen him since November of last year. So I'll sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. My first location would be the Tron Tunnel. After I finished there, I headed to Fantasyland Storybook Circus. Now, from the last trip, I saw Lilly and I was a little disappointed, as I was hoping to see Walter in my last visit, but luckily I am seeing him during this visit. The reason I'm saying all this behind this is because I've seen Lilly countless times now, and plus, Walter has a better whistle than her. But to be fairly honest with y'all, Lily isn't necessarily the worst engine. She's just not necessarily in my interest. To me, Walter and Roger are the top two locomotives, but Roy's pretty good, but I like the two 10-wheeler engines. This is mainly because the fact that the two 10-wheeler engines are actually the biggest engines of the railroad so far. To me personally, I like seeing the bigger engines. They could definitely pull big trains. And while I was visiting, I also brought my cute Walter toy. But now that the railroad is under shuttle mode at the moment, we do have a running train at Frontierland. But the train at Frontierland is this: Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Anyways, my final location would be Main Street, USA. And not to mention, that is also where I started to ride the train and then returned back to the front of the park where I would wrap up my railfed adventures.
Safety, please remain seated while our train is in motion. And wait for those two magic words. All right, please.
And with that, here's the ride.
Welcome aboard, folks. Thanks for joining our trip to Fantasyland. Throughout our journey, please make sure your hands, arms, feet, legs, parasols, and bowler hats stay inside the train. And please keep an eye on our junior riders.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
By now, you've probably noticed I'm not just conducting the train today. I'm also conducting a bit of an experiment. You know the old saying, sometimes you have to go backward to go forwards? Well, today we're putting that to the test by heading to Storybook Circus, caboose first. And Tomorrowland is the perfect place for experimentation. That's why I invited my favorite little experiment to ride along with us today. Folks, say hello to Experiment 626. Though you might know him as...
Stitch! Mr. Conductor, can Stitch drive the train? I can do it! Choo-choo! All aboard!
Well, Stitch, I was thinking you could be my co-conductor for a spell and help me tell our passengers about all the wonderful sights and sounds in Tomorrowland.
Yeah! Stitch got this! Welcome to tomorrow. To left, tomorrow. To right, more tomorrow. Stitch, you good?
You're a natural, Stitch.
Thanks. Can Stitch blow the whistle?
Oh, not just yet, my friend. There are so many more exciting things to talk about in Tomorrowland.
More exciting than a whistle?
You bet. You see that astro orbiter, Stitch? From up there in those rockets, you can see everything in Tomorrowland, including the Tomorrowland Speedway.
Oh, but Stitch have no driver's license.
You don't need a license to drive in Tomorrowland, Stitch.
No license? No problem. Stitch loves going fast. Almost as much as Stitch loves to blow the whistle.
If you want to go fast, Stitch, why not race across the grid with Team Blue on Tron Light Cycle Run?
Team Blue? Stitch is blue.
Stitch, I think you'd make a wonderful addition to the grid.
Yeah.
Well, would you look at that? It's almost whistle time! Scurry on down to the other end of the train and use that big old please on the engineer. And don't forget to use those thank yous.
Stitch is coming.
Papai, pra mim nesse vai.
Aqui a gente vê as coisas de outro ângulo, de fora, tá vendo? Mais legal essa
Well done, Stitch. Say, you want to stick around and help me introduce these fine folks to Storybook Circus? I think you'll love it, Stitch. You'll see great feats of strength.
Stitch is strong.
You bet your bottom dollar. There are even elephants with ears so large they can fly as high as the rockets we just left behind.
Elephants?
At Storybook Circus and in Tomorrowland, anything is possible.
Stitch joined the circus.
So long, Stitch. Well, folks, thanks for riding along with me. I mean, us. As we arrive, please stay seated until we come to a complete stop. Gather your belongings and little ones before exiting the train. And be sure to wait until you're safely on the platform to unfold those strollers. And now, friends, travelers, children of all ages, welcome to the stupendous, the sensational, the spectacularific Fantasyland Storybook Circus. Next stop, Main Street, USA.
As we're rolling back into Fantasyland, make sure to stay fully seated and fully aboard the train until our train comes to a full and complete stop. I will let you know when it is safe to stand and exit by saying the 2 words of all clear. Until then, for your safety, please remain seated and fully aboard the train. And wait for those two magic words.
Estava aqui, ó, tá vendo?
Again, for your safety, please remain seated.
Eu botei na onda. Você mexe aqui, né? Ativa até aqui.
We are all clear.
And also, by the way, look at this. Got it from Paris, Florida, at the Florida Railroad Museum. I've got it.
Looks like we're on our way, and I'm so glad to have you with us. This train's headed straight for Main Street, USA. We'll head on back to Fantasyland after that. Stay seated and keep your hands and arms, feet and legs inside the train at all times. Oh, and please keep an eye on your children.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Next up is a place that's always ahead of the curve, and not just because we're on the straightaway. Our metropolis of mechanical marvels, Tomorrowland.
Little ones are kneeling on the benches.
Alrighty, folks, this is a friendly reminder that everybody needs to be sitting down. That includes our little ones. Little ones can be either in your lap or on the seat next to you with an adult on that open end. But again, everybody does need to be fully seated, including those little ones. Otherwise, this train will make an unexpected stop.
Unidentified users detected of locomotive area. Scale. Calculated. Locomotive maintaining trajectory. Intervention not required. Users, please proceed to transit and let locomotive. Once it's done, may order license. Fair warning users. Competition is fierce and fast. Stick together. It's your only hope of victory.
And that's the secret that makes intergalactic travel possible. So simple once you hear it, right? Yes, sirree, in this place of boundless optimism, the possibilities are endless. You might say the sky's the limit, but even that is no obstacle in Tomorrowland. Trip is almost complete, and though it was brief, I can't thank you enough for spending part of your day with me. And I hope you've enjoyed your journey as much as I've appreciated being a part of it. We're now approaching our most charming destination, Main Street, USA, a place where the only thing sweeter than the townsfolk is the treats. After this, we'll circle back to Fantasyland. So, unless you're yearning for more of my yammering, this will be your stop. For now, stay seated until our train comes to a complete stop. Then pick up your belongings and carefully disembark. If you have strollers to unfold, please take them all the way beyond the platform so new passengers can safely hop aboard. It'd be mighty kind of you. And while we're being neighborly, let's say we give our fellow travelers a friendly wave hello. This is Main Street Station, after all. Welcome to Main Street, USA.
As we're rolling into Main Street, make sure to stay fully seated and fully aboard the train until our train comes to that full and complete stop. And I have given you the two magic words of all clear when it is safe to disembark the train. Again, for your safety, please stay fully seated and wait for those two magic words. Hold tight. stay seated. Not yet. We are now
As we arrived back
all
at the Main
clear.
Street station, I got some good views of Walter before he took off to Fantasyland again. But now, as I said before, Lilly isn't necessarily the worst locomotive, but I have personal opinions of my own if y'all don't mind. But if I were to choose when the railroad is in shuttle mode, and I have an option of either riding behind Lilly Bell on shuttle mode or not taking a train, I would say that I would ride behind Lilly Bell, despite that unpleasant sounding Buckeye 3 chime. After the 3 short toots from the whistle, that concludes my rail fitting adventures to Magic Kingdom, and that wraps up today's video.
Welcome aboard, folks. Thanks for joining our trip to Fantasyland. Throughout our journey, please make sure your hands, arms, feet, legs, parasols, and bowler hats stay inside the train. And please keep an eye on our junior riders.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
By now, you've probably noticed I'm not just conducting the train today. I'm also conducting a bit of an experiment. You know the old saying, sometimes you have to go backward to go forwards? Well, today we're putting that to the test by heading to Storybook Circus, caboose first. And Tomorrowland is the perfect place for experimentation. That's why I invited my favorite experiment to ride along.
And as always, if y'all enjoyed the video, please smash the like button down below, turn on notifications so you don't miss an upload, subscribe for more content, and let me know of your thoughts of the video in the comments below. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.